And we are underway in Buffalo. And no run back on this one, so the new season will begin at the 25-yard line. They'll run here with Raheem Mostert. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Give them 15 yards to start their first drive of the game.
A good run there off right tackle in an old-school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009-2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. Absolutely no trouble moving the ball on the ground on the first 2 plays from scrimmage.
Absolutely. You know what I really like? Same guy carrying the ball in both plays, and what drives me crazy is when a back has a nice run, he taps his helmet to go out of the game. I would want the ball again and again and again because you've established really nice momentum, and now you're seeing the field really well.
And a good run here as he'll rumble all the way down to the 40-yard line. A Miami first down on a 14-yard pickup. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game. It's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
Here's 2nd and 10. Tua going to throw. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. And now he's really knocking on the door for 700. That is career catch 699. 3rd and 4. Here's the veteran. That's Jeff Wilson. And he is going to lose yardage here. And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. And now the Bills are going to stop it as they call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. To get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. They're going for it. Here's Tua with it. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Dolphins can't convert on 4th down. And this defense holds on the night's opening drive. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. It'll be a 5-yard pickup there, so from 2nd and 13, they're back to a more manageable 3rd and 8. Again, it's Cook. And he'll go down to the ground at the 39, and obviously that's well short of the first. So opening drive, 3 straight runs, unable to pick up the first.
I know the fans want to see first downs, but guess what? The coaches have reasons for what they're doing. Sometimes they've scripted it. And some of these runs, while they haven't been successful now, they may be successful later on.
So still a scoreless game in the first, but they're going to go for this thing on their own side of the field on 4th down. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Stephon Diggs, 61 yards. And the Bills are on the board here first in the season opener. That certainly went against the traditional ways of playing football, but who cares? Look at the result. Big touchdown.
They went for it on their own side of the 50. So there's conservative, there's aggressive, and there's really aggressive, which is what we just saw there. Tip of the cap to them.
The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. From his end zone, Wilson. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. And, Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in Week 1. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like this be a few weeks down the road?
I actually like the early matchup for a few reasons, Brandon. First of all, it allows you to see that the entire offseason and know, hey, right out of the gate, we're playing a division game. Second part is it spreads them out a little bit. If you just have them all bunched up at the end of the year, that's not as much fun watching teams trying to survive that gauntlet when you do have injuries down the stretch. And last but not least, let's face it, we're TV people. What a great game to sell right out of the gate.
47 yards rushing for him now, and he's only carried the ball 4 times. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now Tua. That's out to Hill, right side complete. The result, only 4 yards there on the play, and it's 2nd down. That reception, it brings him up to the 700 plateau. He's at 700 career NFL catches now.
And that club in baseball, a rather exclusive club, and one we talk about all the time, in football, puts you in the top 50 all-time range. Not so bad either.
And he'll have the Dolphins 1st down as good running gets him to about the 44. Play action, now it's Tua. Open man downfield is Waddle. He's got it. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. It's a gain of 34.
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fella.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Tre'Davious White with a pick. And the Bills are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line. Well, your first drive of the first quarter, you get it down there, try to fire it in the end zone, and big-time deflation on that one.
No doubt about it. They're moving and grooving and getting into position, and this is not the ending that they saw on this drive, is it? They have things going their way.
A little bit of space there for the first down run, as that's going to get him about 5 yards.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
So from the 26-yard line, here's 2nd down and 5. They run the counter with Cook. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now in Buffalo. It's the Bills in control of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. They run it again with Cook. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 12 yards that time, and a Bills 1st down.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
1st down, here's the run with Cook. And this one not going anywhere. They get him at the 44 for a gain of just a yard.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
And now they'll throw with Allen. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job trouble bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep two eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting two hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Throwing now is Allen. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 45-yard line. Back to the ground, Cook. And good space to operate there as he takes this down inside the 35-yard line. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Cook up the gut. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. Snap will come from the 31 on 2nd and 7. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. They had 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
They need to get this to the 24 on 3rd down. Now Allen. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Like what I see so far out of this defense because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
The kick by Bass is good. So another scoring drive there, Charles, and an early 2-score lead.
You'd like the 6 there, partner, but you'll take the 3, and I think they have to be happy about the way they moved the ball in these first 2 drives. They have to feel good about their opportunities the rest of the game.
From his end zone, Wilson. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. 1st down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it, and it's 2nd down. The Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout. And with that, they're now out of timeouts, and still plenty of time remaining here in this 2nd quarter. 2nd down and 8. They'll stay on the ground with Mostert. And he'll have a Dolphins 1st down as he's able to get this up past the 40. So it's the big left tackle who gets tagged with a hold.
And sometimes you're actually executing the block well, and he starts to slip off of you, and instinctively you reach out and grab him. And when it's done like that, it's often seen by the official and called.
Looking to pass. Tua. That would complete to Hill. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And 3rd and 8 now. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down. Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line.
So rare to see any quarterback toss back-to-back interceptions in the NFL, regardless of status or experience. Whether it's him personally or just the offensive game plan, I think this defense is reading something out there, and they're holding the upper hand.
So after the INT, it's Allen. He's got the hook up with Diggs. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Call that a very strong gain of 24. Give to Cook out of the gun. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 48 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
And they'll get him down short of the first down, right on the 10-yard line. That'll be good for 6, but now it's 4th down.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
The kick by Bass is good, and the Bills will add on to their lead. They already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Charles, you're down multiple scores, less than a minute left here, but with that deficit, they've got to try to at least work their way into field goal range to try to muster something out of this drive.
And I'm going to go ahead and date myself one more time because I'm going to quote an old Smokey and the Bandit lyric. They've got a long way to go and a short time to get there, but they still have time to get it done. So I'm looking forward to watching them mount this drive and see if they can get some points out of it.
Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. They need 2. Here's third down. This time they stay on the ground. And he's going to have a first down, but not sure it'll matter as the clock will continue to run. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. On play action, here's Tua. And that's going to be incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better, got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those 2 elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
Now it's 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. And going deep for Hill. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Trying to get something positive to happen here before the break, and they sure need it. They went for the big one, but it winds up incomplete.
Tua, the final shot before half. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break.
Dolphins nothing.
Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin.
Jason Sanders to kick off for Miami.
We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. Kene Nwangwu now out of his end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled.
First and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. Starting the third quarter with Cook. And he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6.
Well, I think after that run, the defense getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's third down.
But you know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustment, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
And this returnable for Hill. Found good room to run there. Returns at 14 yards. And it'll be Dolphin
They're
football.
on 46-yard line.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
Rolling to his left. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Good work on the scamper by Tagovailoa. It's a first down.
He certainly isn't looking at the scoreboard out there because, to me, all he's concerned about is analyzing the field and making most of the time left in this game. Deficit's still there, but he's starting to hit them with some big plays.
Here's a handoff to Mostert running left. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 70 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shake.
Touchdown! Jalen Waddle, 29 yards. And the Dolphins have got it back to within a score. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Jason Sanders now for the extra point. And that'll make it 13-7.
Next to score, Bills 13, Dolphins 7. Jason Sanders to kick off for Miami.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Pretty important third quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. And a missed tackle there as he pushes forward for a gain of 4.
At the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back down and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
And he'll scratch out a yard up to the 30, and that's all.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big, big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because it's usually 5 on 3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they're able to just roam and hit.
To throw, it's Allen. And that will be incomplete.
And that's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. They're in a tight ball game, and they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out. Got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to the sidelines feeling pretty good about themselves and encouraging their offensive mates to get some points.
Watch out for Hill on the return. It's a 39-yard punt, 8 on the return, and that will come the offense as they take over.
36-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line. A Miami first down on the 14-yard pickup. Sure didn't take this offense long to get within striking distance of the end zone. 2 plays.
Feel the energy? You can just feel it, can't you? Because they are creating it on offense, the way they're running the football. Now they've swept into the red zone. Momentum all on their side.
They'll bring one of the tight ends in motion left. Wilson with a first down carry. They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Here we go, bucket off the pick and roll. Gotta go, we don't move it scary. Last time I shed a tear, that when Prince died. Cause if we rockin', then you know we rockin' like it's Slipknot.